Welcome to the Maier Files podcast, unveiling hidden realities.
Welcome back to another episode of the Maier Files Chronicles. Today we take flight, quite literally, with Adlerflug or Eagle's Flight, the fourth chapter in this riveting series. With me, as always, is the lovely Lena Müller. Hello, Lena.
Hello, Maxwell. This book has so much action, mystery, and questions. It's the kind of story that makes you feel like you're just scratching the surface of something much, much bigger.
Exactly. Adlerflug is a whirlwind of thrilling chases, cryptic revelations, and high-stakes drama. Let's dive into the heart of this episode. Lena, where should we start?
I think we have to start with the car chase. Trouter Rose and Franz Flemings are racing through central Germany in a DKW. They're being chased, and Trouter, ever the fearless one, literally takes things into her own hands.
Yes, she orders Franz to hold the car steady, leans out the window and fires at their pursuers. It's like something out of a movie. And then there's that cryptic moment where Gudrun appears and tells Trouter, "Protect my sanctum, brave girl. Play the game well." It's one of those lines that feels loaded with meaning.
It's like Gudrun knows exactly what's at stake. And then she says, "See you in the next level. The sleeper must awaken." It gives you chills.
Absolutely. That line alone leaves you wondering, what is the next level and who is the sleeper? It's classic Maier Files, layered, cryptic, and utterly captivating. Another key element in this book is Otto Maier's philosophical musings, and of course the Adler engine. Lena, what do you think of Otto's line, "There's a code, and it's embedded in three-dimensional time. All is divine, and we're running up and down Yggdrasil."
It's such a beautiful and strange idea. He's saying that time itself holds a secret, a code that could unlock everything. And then there's the Adler engine. It's not just a machine, it's a symbol of this deeper knowledge. But it also seems to have a strange connection to time.
Exactly. We see this hinted later in this episode. Colonel Klinger reports sightings of dancing lights near Schierke, and a local peasant describes a saucer-shaped plane. Then we have that eerie moment when Klinger's watch stops, followed by his soldiers noticing their watches have stopped too. And the Adler engine, a flying saucer, or as you say, a fliegende Untertasse. It's as if it distorts our perception of time. When Franz and Trouter take flight in it, you feel like they're breaking through the boundaries of reality itself.
Yeah, and the moment it maneuvers through the American bomber squadron and disappears in a flash of light, it's breathtaking. The engine seems to defy the laws of physics. It's no wonder Maier says it's key to changing the past and future.
And then we have the Berlin bar scene, a quiet moment but packed with intrigue. Steiner meets a journalist who calls this bar the place where the shadow world meets. She hints at something called the Temple, saying, "The Temple stole part of the 20th century bullion."
Yes, and she goes further, describing the Temple as an ancient force controlling everything: money, science, religion, even wars. She tells Steiner, "When you control the debt, you control everything." It's such a chilling thought.
It's one of those moments where fiction brushes up against real-world history. You start wondering how much of it is just a story, and how much might be closer to the truth. When she adds, in ancient times, temples were centers of power, controlling trade, wealth, and even people's beliefs, it draws a direct line between history and the present. Did you know, Lena, that this idea is rooted in real history? Ancient temples in Mesopotamia and Egypt weren't just places of worship, they were also the first banks.
They were controlling everything.
As Stephen Zalenger explains in his book, The Lost Science of Money, these temples issued grain loans, managed land, and even set the value of gold and silver. They held immense economic power. The priests used this control to dominate societies, creating systems of debt that kept people, and even entire kingdoms, under their influence.
Yeah, this reminds me of what the journalist says in Adlerflug. When you control the debt, you control everything. It's scary to think that this kind of power is still around, no?
It really is. And Zalenger's work shows us how this system has evolved, but never really disappeared. Today we see the same dynamics in modern banking and global finance. The temple, as the journalist calls it, might be fictional in the Maier Files, but the ideas behind it are very real.
And Steiner, he doesn't know what to believe. He says to her, "You sound like a communist fighting the evils of capitalism." But she replies, "Who do you think created communism? It enslaves people too, doesn't it? It's all smoke and mirrors, Maxwell."
And that's the genius of the Maier Files. It makes us question everything we think we know about power and control. The temple isn't just a shadowy group in the story. It's a metaphor for how these systems operate in real life.
But it's also more than that. The journalist, she invites Steiner to meet her in Paderborn, where she says she can show him the full truth. What is this truth? And how does it connect to the bearer bonds and the Adler engine? It's so exciting.
Exactly, Lena. And for our listeners, if you're intrigued by the mysteries of the temple and its connections to global power, you won't want to miss Adlerflug. This book is a thrilling ride that will leave you questioning everything.
And it's just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover. So, if you haven't read it yet, what are you waiting for? Get your copy and join us in unraveling the mysteries of the Maier Files.
Perfectly said, Lena. For listeners, if you're ready to uncover the secrets of Adlerflug and take flight into the mysteries of the Maier Files, grab your copy today, and don't forget to join us next time as we continue to unravel this incredible series.
Yeah, don't miss it. And remember, in the Maier Files, nothing is ever as it seems.
As we close the pages of the Maier Chronicles, we want to express our deepest gratitude for joining us on this journey into the mysterious and the unknown. If you've been captivated by the enigma, share the intrigue with fellow seekers and leave no stone unturned. Subscribe, rate, and leave your thoughts to keep the conversation alive. Until our next unveiling, may the secrets of the Maier Files continue to inspire curiosity and spark your imagination. And never stop seeking the truth.